Yeah, guys. So today we are focusing on something called DQL or DRL in SQL Server, which stands for Data Query Language or Data Retrieval Language, which contains only one statement called select query. Okay. So how to use select query in different ways we are going to discuss today. So before that, just let me give you the brief on different types of relationships like one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. So I'm showing you how to work with one to many now. Okay, so remaining you need to try. I'll tell you how to do. So this is set to be the table I have created a table called relationship database called relationships DB, and I switched to relationship DB. Right now we are in relationships DB. So in that I created a small table called products, which contains two columns, PID and a name. PID stands for product ID, which is primary key, and it contains three products, 101, 102, 103. So I said select star from table name products. So I got the output. So I'm executing one more time. We got this records, three rows we have in our table. Okay. So you are able to see here. You can see 101 chocolate, 102 biscuit, 103 chocolate. So like this we have three records in my table. Three products are available in my products table. Okay. Now what is the user is going to do? User is going to placing order for the products. For that we are creating another table. Yes. Create table orders. Okay, order id ord underscore id, like this I'm creating order id integer, not null. Why I'm giving not null? Because the id can be repeated, can be duplicate, but should not be empty. So I cannot give any product to any customer without order id. Order id should be there. That is why it is said to be not null, but can be duplicate. Why it can be duplicate? If anyone asks you what is the real-time scenario example of not null means, you can say you have to enter something which is mandatory. Like I said, you order id. For if you are placing order for any product, the product should have an order id which is common for many products, right? In one order id, with one order id I can place many products. Like you are buying products from Amazon or Flipkart or Blinkit or whatever, guys, you are placing multiple products in one order, right? So that is said to be order id can be repeated. That is why it can be it should not be primary key, guys. It should be not null, it should not be empty. We should give some order id, can be duplicate. So go for not null. Now, so after that, for which product you are placing order, PID integer, for which product you are placing order. So after that you have to say this PID, which is creating relationship between two tables. That is said to be you have to use references. Okay. So which table? Products table, PID. So between that PID and this PID you are making relationship. Okay. You can say foreign key references like that. Foreign key references products of products table PID. Okay, that is the way we need to write. And the quantity and the price, as I said you in the last session, price you can give like money. So let us create a table. See guys, table is created successfully. Now we are going to uh, place the order. Now, so queries on DRL or DQL. Or let's say, yeah, relationship foreign key demo. Okay, only one we are talking about. So creating another table with the foreign key. This creating table with the primary key. Parent table should have primary key, right? Table with the primary key. So which is said to be parent table, this is said to be child table. Now I don't know what kind of relationship is established, but I created a table. Okay, with order ID, integer not null, PID, primary product ID, for which product I am placing order. Foreign key references, like that I created relationship between my orders table and the products table. So to this PID integer, to this column and the column which is there in products table, both I am creating relationship using foreign key with the references keyword. Okay, it is done successfully. Quantity integer and price is money. Okay, that's quite good. Now what is the next job? We are trying to place order. So we are inserting records into orders table. Insert into orders, values, order ID 1 and product ID. For which product I am giving order? You have to give product ID. Where is the product ID? It is there in my products table. I should enter the product ID which is only available in my products table. I cannot give any product ID which is not there in my products table. That is how the moment you insert a record in child table, it will go and check the related record in parent table. If the parent key is found, then only it will allow you to insert the record into child table. That is the way we are establishing relationships. 1 comma 101. Okay, because the 101 is already there in my products table, it is valid. Quantity, I am placing 500 quantity and the price is something like 15 rupees each. So I selected and I am executing this F5. It is perfectly valid. Okay, so now second row I'm inserting, guys. Again same order ID, because in one order I can place multiple products order, right? So second product also there is no rule that after 101 you have to give 102. You can also give 103, no problem. And how many? I want 1000 quantity. What is the price of 103? 103 means jam. It is like a 120 rupees each. So let us select it. F5. Yes, this is also valid. And let us say select start from orders. Okay. F5 execute. Now you can see the the values records which are inserted. I can add one more column called amount like this, and after that we need to calculate quantity into price equal to amount like this. Right side you can add one more extra column using alter command, and you do this, guys. So right now what are we able to understand when you look at this code? I'm entering a product ID in my orders table with the quantity and price. That's okay, but what is this PID? Can I give anything, or I have to follow some constraints? Yes, constraint is there. That is a DB foreign key relationship we have between product ID of products table and PID of products table and PID of orders table. Now if I am trying to insert any order for a product which is not available, for example I said 105 or 106, whatever, do we have 106 in my parent table?
No, sir.
No. So obviously
No.
what we are expecting now, we are expecting an error here.
Error.
So let's try to run it. 106, press F5, execute. See guys, we got an error message. Let us try to look at the error. The insert statement conflicted with the foreign key constraint fk underscore orders. The conflict occurs in the relationships DB table database. Perfectly working. So now, so that is the way I can check how it is working. So why I got error? Because the key is not found. Whatever PID I have entered in orders table, which is not available in products table. That is why I'm getting error. Okay. This is said to be referential integrity. Sometimes in interview they'll ask you what is referential integrity in SQL Server. Do not get confused. That is also uh, establishing relationship between two tables, primary key, foreign key. Example, same thing you can explain. Now, what kind of relationship is this? Is it one to one or one to many or many to many? How do you know that? Let us check it out. Okay, so 101 is placed by order by customer with order ID 1. Okay, second order. Now some other customer is placing order. That order ID is 2. Generally, you can give it as a auto increment column like identity column, so that it will generate automatically. So as of now we are going normally like order ID 2. Okay, we will not give identity column for this. Actually you can give it for products PID. Okay, so order ID to 101, same product, quantity is 2000 quantity, and the price is 15 rupees, same price, and same order number 102. This time 102 is ordered by customer, 103 101 is ordered by previous customer, but here 101 102 is 5000 quantity, and price is something like 20 rupees. See guys, F5 execute, inserted, select star from orders, and now you can see order number 1 is having two products, 101 103. Order number 2 is having 101 and 102. So what do you understand when you look at this? See guys, 101 is repeated twice. Of course, one more customer in the third order number, order ID 3, they can also buy 101, they can also buy 103, they can also buy 102, right? It's absolutely valid if you give a product ID which is available in products table. So one product can be ordered by many customers. So this relationship is called as one to many relationship. Okay, so here I'm giving one product can be ordered by or bought by, okay, purchased by many customers or vendors. This is called as one to many relationship. Or one customer also, sometimes he or she will buy the same product many times, right? So that is said to be the way to work with the one to many relationship. Now what is the constraint given for PID of products table? So what is PID constraint, guys?
Primary key.
Yeah, primary key, right? Okay, it's very clear to understand. What is the constraint of PID in orders table? What is the constraint given to PID in orders table?
Not null,
Not
not
null.
null.
PID ma, column name is PID, not order.
PID. Foreign key, sir.
Foreign key,
Yes,
sir.
very good, foreign key. So now what do you understand when you look at foreign key? Foreign key, primary key cannot be null, cannot be duplicate, right? Is it
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Primary key cannot be null and cannot be duplicate. That's okay.
Duplicate.
What about foreign key? Look at this foreign key values. Foreign key values can have duplicate values or not?
Foreign key values can have duplicate values.
Yes, you can see 101 is how many times available? 101 here?
Two times.
2 times. Same way, next order, somebody may place order product for 103 or 102, like that. They may place same product many times, right?
Yes, sir.
So foreign key can be duplicate in this example. That is called as one to many relationship. Is it clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So in my products table, I mean, if you look at this diagrammatical approach, let me draw it in my notes. Okay, relationships. This is one to one in SQL Server. One to many, right? One to many. One to many means the parent table, whatever we have created. Let us insert. How many rows we have? How many columns? Yeah, PID. Column. Okay. Let's see products table here. PID is the column, and what is the type? Integer. And what is this? PK, primary key. name of the product. Of course I can write price also, I'm not mentioning right now. Name is varchar of something called 30 or 50, something like this. You can also add price or something. Okay, only 2 columns we have. Let us delete this. Yeah. So now orders table we have. Orders table. In orders table we have how many columns? Order ID, which is integer and not null, and PID we have one more, which is integer, and FK foreign key, guys. Okay, and quantity and price. Quantity is again integer, price is money. Like this I have given. So if you look at this, the primary key whatever I have given here, I mean parent table is having primary key. Okay, in the child table PID is a foreign key. So this cannot be a duplicate and unique, because it is cannot be null and cannot be duplicate. Unique values only allowed and cannot be null. That is PID from products table. But here can be duplicate. Product ID is having relationship between these two. That is said to be foreign key relationship. But what type of relationship? That depends upon the type of constraint that you are adding in the child table. If you add alone foreign key, this is said to be one-to-many relationship. Okay. No, boss. Here I have added FK plus PK together. If you create it, that means only one product can be placed by one customer. That is said to be one-to-one relationship. That you need to try, guys. Okay, so I'm not mentioning right now, just I'm leaving it. If you want to create relationship between one-to-one relationship between two tables, parent table should have primary key, child table should have foreign key plus primary key together. So of course we know that on one column we can apply multiple constraints, right? You try to do this. You create foreign key references, as I said you, or you can follow another way also. Constraint name, constraint type, brackets you can mention column names and all. So whatever way syntax you follow, guys, you do it. But if you add in the child table foreign key plus primary key together, that will make one-to-one relationship. Okay, so that is what you need to understand about one-to-one relationship. Okay, so you try that, but once you do that, you cannot place uh, order more than once. One product can be purchased only once, but that is a bad example, right? So in that case what you do is, you better to take a example like a student and exam. No sir, student will write exam many times. If student is writing same exam many times, or student with same ID many times, so many exams will be there. No sir, that is not allowed, means do not go for this. Then you can go for one to many only. Student table, exam table. But what I'm giving as a task is one to one relationship, means the example, the suitable example for this one to one is, okay, you need to take a table of students table, which contains roll number, name, like that. I'm taking only 2 columns. Okay, 2 rows I'm taking. Roll number, which is unique, primary key integer, you can take primary key, name of the student, and of course you can enter what you call branch or course and all. I'm not entering all of them. We go with only these two as of now. And the second child table that you need to create is exam table. What is exam table? Only one exam, final exam, like MSET or per year, JEE, whatever. Only one time they can write in a year, MSET or FSET or whatever. That exam.
UPSC.
Hmm?
UPSC.
Yeah, whatever exam. Only 1 year, one time only you can write it. You don't have exam second time. You cannot write it a second time. So that exam I mean. Okay, so I'm saying as uh, entrance exam, or final exam, whatever. Final exam is only one, or EAP-CET, EPSET exam. Okay, you take table. So here you can take columns like exam center name, okay, roll number, who is writing, branch, or center, exam center, roll number, name, yeah, that's it, exam center, roll number, where they are writing. So you can take two. So roll number of the student and exam center, in which center they wrote the exam. There are so many centers across the state. They will give randomly, I mean, depends upon the student. They will select some students who will be writing exam in one center, another one. So this time, this roll number should have foreign key, FK, plus PK together. Okay, this is varchar exam center, varchar of 30 or 50, whatever. So, what do you understand by this? Student can write exam only one time. Second time, if you are trying to insert a record with same number, you will get an error because it is having foreign key. Why foreign key? Because it always checks in a student's table whether this roll number exists or not in the student table. It has to check. If that is available in student's table, then only I will allow him or her to insert a record in exam table. Okay, student is available, fine, that's okay. But can student write exams one more time? No, not allowed. Only per annum, only one time the exam will be conducted. If you are unable to attend the exam, you have to wait for the next year. I can say EPSET exam 2026. Okay, 2026. Like this I gave it. My table name is EPSET, or let's say EPSET 2026. Okay, so it's easy to understand, right? EPSET 2026, only one time you are able to write. So if you are trying to insert record one more time with the same ID which is already written, it will give you error. This is the best example to understand. Okay, one-to-one relationship, guys. Okay, same way one employee should have one PF account, something like that. PF accounts, maybe I don't know whether it is allowed to have more than one PF account. I think it's not allowed actually. Yeah, that is also unique actually. One employee should have only one PF account, right? Employee provident fund, EPF or something. So that kind of scenarios, as I said, you Aadhaar card also one of the good examples for unique one-to-one relationship. A person table and identification table, or identity table, or you can say um, yeah, identity proof, something like that. I have another table. So person table can have name, all the details, and Aadhaar ID, Aadhaar number. Okay, so Aadhaar number should be only one time. You will need to insert. You cannot insert more than one time. In what you call identity proof table or something like that. You can. So these are the examples to understand one-to-one relationship. The last one is, as I said, you can go for the next task is many-to-many relationship. That is task 3. You can go with the what you call orders and authors and books. Authors table, books table. And here you need to create one more join table together, authors books table, like that. Okay, authors books table is a joint, which contain two relationships between these two tables. This is said to be many to many. So author ID, author name, book ID, book name, you need to take it. And here author ID plus book ID written by the author, author ID, book ID, like that. This time both will be repeated. So same book can be written by multiple authors. Okay, one author may write multiple books. So multiple books will be written by multiple authors. So this is said to be here. There is one more concept that you need to learn, that is called as composite key, guys. Composite key. These are the tables you need to try. 3 tables you need to create. So is it clear, everybody? 3 tables you need to create if you want to work with the what do you call one to many relationship. Three tables. Others books, other books. And here what is the extra thing that you are learning? In others books table, you should have something called composite key. Composite key. Guys, have you heard composite key? Composite key. No? Maheshwari?
No, sir.
Yeah, I'll show you one small example on composite key which is important for us to learn. Okay, what is composite key? If you create primary key on two or more columns, that is called as composite key. Composite key. Example. Okay. So what is composite key? So this will be used inside this others books table, guys. That's why I'm telling you in advance. Composite key means it is a primary key. It's a primary key which is created on two or more columns. Okay, two or more columns together. If you create one primary key on two or more columns, that is called as composite key. Example. So I have what is meant by primary key? It should not be duplicate and it should not be null, right? Coming to composite key, if you give both values duplicate, then only it will give you error, guys. Okay, if the two values are duplicate, then only it will give you error. I will show you an example. Like you are registering, students for fest, guys. You are conducting a fest in your college or in your company. You are conducting any activities for any festival. So you need to take the names of employees and what do you call employees names and game name. Okay, or department and person name, like that you are taking game name of the game that they are applying for. Okay, so employee ID I'm not taking, guys, only name I'm taking. ID means always we know that it is unique, right? So I'm not going with ID. You can go for ID also. For easy understanding, I'm taking name. So you can take another example is you can go for I'm taking it as a student name of the student, first column. The second column is branch, from which branch or department. Employee means it's a department. For student, I'm taking a student name and branch, like that. And what is the game that they wanted to participate? Name of the game. It may be cricket or it may be chess, whatever it is. Whatever they want to participate, they need to mention it. So now you can see, let us take an example of student name like Ram I'm taking. And yeah, let us insert table here for understanding. Three columns, right? Okay, let's take three columns. So name of the student, branch, CSE, EC or triple E or something like that. Game name, cricket or whatever, sport or game, whatever it is. So let's say Ram, here I'm taking. Branch, I said ECE, and the game is cricket. So what I'm doing here, I'm creating primary key on these two columns. This is said to be composite key. PK and PK, primary key and primary key is there on both the columns together. So I selected these two columns and I made them as primary key. How to do that? So at the time of creating table, create table name, whatever, suppose the table name is fest, something like that. Okay, fest table is there, fest table or whatever table name is fest table. In that I have these three columns. Out of these three columns, the name column I'm making it as student name, or name column I'm making it as these two columns I'm making them as primary key. So how to do that? I'll show you anyhow. Constraint name. You can give it right at the end of the creating all the column names. After mentioning all the column names, you can mention uh, brackets on which columns you want to apply this primary key. Brackets you need to give two column names: student name comma branch, or name comma branch, whatever you are giving. Let's say student name comma branch. So like this you are giving it. This is called on two columns. If you mention primary key, that means it is said to be composite key. So how to do that? Let me show you with an example so that you will understand how it is working. Okay. So now what is happening, guys? Primary key is created on two columns, right? It became composite key actually. So RAM ECE cricket is okay, but same RAM can be applied for another game, right? So
Yes, sir.
RAM ECE, okay. Ram is there in another department also. He is from CSC, computer science. He can also apply for cricket. So here Ram is Ram from EC is different. Ram from CSC is different. Both are playing in a cricket game. Both are applying for cricket. Of course, they might be in the same what do you call in the same team or other team. Is that doesn't matter, guys. Okay, Ram from ECE cricket. Ram from CSC cricket. So here RAM is duplicated, guys. RAM is here, RAM is there, ECE. Here also RAM is there. Actually, if you have primary key, it will give you error actual general primary key. But since it is composite key, if both are duplicate, then only it will give you error message. Okay. So both are duplicate. So RAM ECE, no problem. RAM again is given, no problem. Because the branch is different here. So it will understand as okay, RAM from CS department is different. Now third row, I can enter Krish something like this from CSC. Here CSC is repeated, no problem because your name is different, right? Krish from CSC, here CSC is repeated, no problem because it is a composite key. Composite key always checks two columns together. If two are duplicate, then it will give you error. Here I entered chess, no problem. Okay, next time I'm entering again a RAM this time, but this time I'm entering a CSE or let's say ECE. Is it okay or not okay?
Okay, sir.
Why it is okay?
Not okay, sir.
Yeah,
Branch.
RAM and ECE is already there. He applied for cricket
Ah,
definitely.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we should not allow RAM again to insert.
Yes, sir.
కానీ ఇక్కడ గేమ్ చేసి ఇవ్వచ్చు కదా సార్
ఇవ్వచ్చు
వేరే
యాక్చువల్గా
వేరే
ఇవ్వచ్చు
గేమ్
బట్
ఇవ్వచ్చు కదా సార్
ఇవ్వచ్చు బట్ దిస్ ఇస్ వీఆర్ నాట్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ వాట్ గేమ్ దే ఆర్
ఓకే
ప్లేయింగ్.
ఓకే
Okay, but we are focusing on only this one. Okay, ram, I mean one person can participate in one game like that, you can see. Okay, so ram ECE, so if both are duplicate then it will give you error. So ram ECE, okay, again ram ECE, can be cricket or any other, we will not allow because it's already given, your name is already given, okay, in the cricket. So you are not allowed to attend like that. That is said to be the error here. So if both are duplicate, it will give you error. Let us say again Christian giving. So if I say Krish triple E, is it okay or not okay?
ఓకే
It doesn't matter what game name we are typing here, guys. We are only looking at these two columns. Krish triple E is
బ్రాంచెస్
valid, right?
ప్రైమరీ కీ వి ఆర్ చెకింగ్
Yeah, we are checking both the columns together. Composite key means yes, Krish is already there, it's okay. But Krish is from CSE, this Krish is from triple E, so no problem. You go for any game, it can be chess or cricket or whatever, but it is valid. Okay, next time I'm entering Krish with CSE. Come on, guys, is it valid or invalid?
Valid. Invalid, sir.
Not valid. Invalid, sir.
Why
Because,
invalid?
because branch is a primary key.
Yes, yes. Krish CSC is already there in my table. It's already there. So this will be error again. This is set to be. I hope you understand what is composite key, right? If two columns are duplicate, then only it will give you error. If any one, see, you can look at this. Ram repeated so many times, Krish repeated so many times, ECE repeated twice, okay, CSE repeated twice, triple E of course only one time is there. Okay, like this you can understand. This is the way. If you have this kind of scenario, you can remove this game column actually. You can remove this game column. You can make it as, I mean, just for easy understanding I gave it like this, because as you said it, one person may apply for multiple games, right? In that scenario this is not suitable. So let's do it practically in our SQL Server. So create table. So what is the table name? Let's say fest I'm giving, and excuse me, name nothing but student name, student underscore name, care of 30, and the next one is like department or branch, care of 30. Okay, and then game or sport, care of 30. Now constraint name, cmp or comp underscore pk, on which table? Fest, pk underscore fest, like that I'm giving. Composite primary key on fest, composite key guys. Okay, composite key actually, nobody will call it as composite primary key, but that is said to be composite. I'm giving as pk is primary key. First, what type of constraint is it? It's a primary key. On which columns? Now you have to give student underscore name. Let's make it as yes name for easy understanding. Yes name. So yes name means student name, comma branch. This is the way you need to mention it, guys. In one line, you have mentioned two, constraint, two column names together. This is the way to create a composite. See guys, perfectly valid, it's created. Now let's try to check it out how it is working. So insert into fest values, yes name as said ram, and branch is CSE, and the game is cricket. Okay, F5 executed, perfectly valid. Second time, ram ECE, I'm taking it as ECE. This time game can be cricket or any other. F5, yes, it is also valid. Select star from fest. You can run it, test it. Yes, we have two records. The ram same name. See guys, ram is repeated twice. No problem in a composite key, but branch is different, CSC and EC. Now again I'm inserting ram with the CSC or ECE is definitely gives you error, because CSC is already there, ECE is also there. So I'm giving ECE, CSC, let's say CSC. A game I'm changing actually. Instead of cricket I said chess, but it is not allowed actually. Only one game, one student can participate like that. So let's try to run it and you will get an error. See guys, same error like primary key, how we were getting violation of primary key constraint, comp underscore pk underscore fest, cannot insert duplicate key in object dpo fest. This is what it is given. So hope you understand what is composite key. In interviews they might be uh, asking you what is composite key. Okay, when do we use it? So this is the example of composite key. When do we use it means, you can say when you are making relationship between two tables, when you make many to many relationship, there we use this what you call, as I said you the example of authors books example is there, right? There we will be using this what you call, here you are going to use composite, here it will be used. Here primary key, author ID primary key, book ID primary key. But here we write author ID and book ID, and what is the name of the book, author, I mean, you can give only two columns, guys. You need not have multiple. Two columns you can give it. Author ID and book ID will be written or added in a author's books table actually. In that case, you can make a composite key, that is primary key on two columns, authors and author ID and book ID, two columns will be there. You can try this, guys. So author ID, author ID, author name, name of the author, book ID, book name. But here author ID and book ID both will be there in other books. So that you need to try as an example. Their composite key will be used. If anyone asks you what is composite key, tell me the real-time scenario, where do we use composite key? You can say this fest example, any fest they are conducting in college, you can say like this. Or you can also say this when you are making many to many relationships, we use this composite key. That is the way you can explain about different type of constraints in a SQL Server. Okay, let's switch to let me copy paste all these queries. We'll paste it in our notes. So is it clear, everybody? Are you understanding all these relationships and everything? Now this select query is damn easy, guys. You can simply understand, and I have kept it ready made actually. I will share you this queries directly once we are done with this. So you can see here. So we have a table actually. The table name is employee, in which we have records here. I will share you this code, guys. You need not create tables. You need to work with this SQL query actually, select query. Okay. Now we are switching to what? DRL or DQL, which stands for data retrieval language or data query language, which contains select query. How many ways we can use select statement in SQL Server? This will be there in interviews. They will also ask you what are the different type of clauses available in SQL Server, like that they might ask you, guys. In that case, this will be useful. Okay, clauses, CLAUSE, clause. Okay, what are the different types of clauses we have? So what are we talking here? Different ways to use select query, select statement. How do we use it? And there are different clauses in a SQL Server. They might ask you, guys, tell me what are the clauses you know in SQL Server. Clauses, CLAUSES, clauses.
Where clause?
Yes. From is also clause actually. These all
Yes.
will be asked you.
Yeah.
Like as you said, where clause. From is also clause actually, but it's a
Okay.
general one. And you can see something called group by clause.
Yeah. Order by clause.
Yeah, order by clause, having clause.
Having clause.
So like this, there are so many clauses available. As I said, from clause. From is anyhow we are writing, right? Select star from, like that. From we use it. From itself a clause actually. There is something called distinct clause is also there. Distinct.
Yes, distinct. Unique, like
clause.
distinct.
Okay, there are also to be different clauses available. So we are going to see all of them in a select query. The code is already there. It's easy for us to understand. See, I'm using this code, guys. I'll share you this code in the notes. So I created a DB database called MyDB. So just I'm switching to MyDB. So I'm connecting to this database. Yes, we are in MyDB. And already table is created. You need to create your table if you want to see how many tables are there. SP underscore help, we know all the details. Okay, we have these tables actually. Employee table is there, fest table, student table is there. So we are in a employee table right now. So it will have this columns, guys. Employee ID is there, e-name, which is not null, employee name, department, varchar of 30, department uh, name I'm giving, that is by varchar. Sometimes people will give department ID number 10, 20, 30, like that, department ID. Salary, money. Okay, sal column. and I inserted some records, guys. Select insert into employee value 101, 102. Okay, and department names: engineering department, admin department, like this. I have sales department, like this. I have taken different departments for different employee names and their salaries: 28,000, 30,000, like that. I gave some salaries. Okay, so like this I have some records, and one student is not having, one employee doesn't have any salary as of now because he's admin. Salary is not fixed, so that I entered here as none. So let's say select star from employee. We'll see how many rows are there in the table. So we should have more records, guys. Whenever you have more records, right, then you are able to play with this select query. All the classes you are able to understand. Otherwise, one or two records or three, four records if you insert, and if you are trying to work with select query, is not at all a good practice. So that's why always try to have multiple records. If you have many records, see guys, engineering, how many rows we have? How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 records in engineering department. Admin 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. We have 4 records like that. Sales 1, 2, only 2 people. HR 1, 2, 3 people. Like this, if you have many records, right, you can easily understanding this. You can play with it. Let's go to examples now. So select star for employee will give all the rows and all the columns, guys. That is the meaning of star here. Star means all columns and all records will be displayed. So if you want a specific column, select employee ID and salary. Only 2 columns I want to display. I don't want the name and department, all the details. For example, finance people came to your company, right? They want to give loan, or you are applying loan from any bank. So what they will check actually, they will check your employee ID, whether you are there in the company or not, followed by your salary. Only those 2 are enough. Of course, they will check the name also. It's a doesn't secondary, employee ID, name and salary. If you want 3, you can mention the 3rd column name also. So right now I'm entering employee ID. Select employee ID and sal from employee. Only I want 2 columns. Execute. You can see, guys, employee ID and salary. I want employee ID, name and salary. 3 columns. You mentioned that 3rd column also, like name or e-name. What we gave it? Column name, e-name, right? Yeah, e-name. So at the time of writing select query, empid e-name comma sal from employee, like this I'm mentioning. So you will get only 3 columns instead of getting all the columns from the table. See guys, employee ID, name and salary, only 3 columns. Employee ID, e-name, sal, I'm displaying all of them, but if you say select star from employee, what it is showing? Employee ID, name, department, salary, right? I don't want department. I want AMP ID, name and a salary. So like this, you can go for any combination, and you can also change the order, guys. There is no rule that first employee ID should be there. First names are I want to display name. After that, I want to display ID. See, e-name, EMP ID, salary, department. You can change the order of the columns at the time of retrieving. First employee name, followed by employee ID, salary, department. Like this, you can change the order of the column. Physically, employee ID, names, salary, department and salary will be stored inside the table physically. But when you are displaying, you can change the order according to your convenience or according to the requirement which is given by user. Okay, that is said to be the way to use select query. We know already update query we done, right? Now we are going to where class. So I don't want all the employees details, but I want to display only engineering department employees. So what should I write now? Select star from employee. I want all the records from the table where department is equal to DEPT. My column name is DEPT. So department is equal to single quotes ENGG, engineering. So only engineering department employees I wanted to display. Now you can see, guys. So how many rows we have? Engineering rows. Only 4 employees belongs to engineering department. You can see their IDs also 101, 103, 105, 112. Like this, I'm getting it. And coming to the next sales department people I want to see. Select star for employee where department equals sales. See guys, execute. See, we have 2 records in my employee table sales. You can see, got it. Same way, engineering plus sales together I want to display. then you cannot give AND, guys. You have to give OR actually. So what is meant by OR here? I want to display the employee names from engineering or from sales department. OR means both the department employees together will be displayed. See guys? See, we have employees from engineering plus employees from sales. Okay, so together you will be getting, that is said to be OR. What is meant by AND? AND means both conditions are satisfied, then only you know this, right? OR and AND in C# we discussed same thing. AND means both conditions should be satisfied. OR means either of these conditions satisfied. So employees from engineering department or sales means you will be getting both the employees from both the departments. Now I want engineering employees, but their salary should be greater than or equal to 25,000. Like that I gave a condition. This time you will have employees, without this, if you say select star from ENGG engineering, see guys, how many rows we have? 4 rows we have. Okay, we have 4 records actually. Engineering means we have 4 employees, but one guy Anil is having 22,000 rupees only. So here what is the condition I gave it? Salary greater than 25,000 only display. So when you run this query, you will get only 3 rows. This time you are not getting 4 rows. Why 3 rows we got? Because these 3 people are having greater than equal to 25,000, 28,000, 29,000 and 27,000. So there is no 23,000 employee or 22,000 employee. So like this you can use OR AND. Same way operators less than or equal to, less than 30,000 means 29,999, up to that only you will be getting yes. You will not get 30,000. If anyone is having 30,000 salary, that will be excluded. 30,000 employee will not be displayed. See guys, 29,000 employees displayed, 29 displayed, but 30,000 employees will not be there. If you say less than or equal to 30, then you will be getting inclusive of 30,000. Let's run the second one, less than or equal to. Now you will have 30,000 employees also available. You can see here Gopi 30,000, Ravi 30,000. Like this we have some employees inclusive of their salary. Okay, next greater than 30,000 and greater than 30,000 and department equal to admin. Okay, so what is this next one? Salary should be greater than 30,000 and department should be admin. Only from admin department I want 30,000 above salary employee people. You can see we have 2 people who are drawing more than 30,000. 35,000 Ashok and 60,000 from Varun, okay, from admin department. Like this you can have multiple conditions you can give it. Okay, coming to null, if you are calling any null guys, is very important point you need to remember. You can say select star from employee where sal is equal to null. If you write it, if you say sal is equal to null, it will not display. See guys, we have one salary last record I shown you. See guys, it is not showing any record. Actually we have one employee with salary null, but it is not showing because you said is equal to null, which is wrong. So in SQL Server you have to use is null, is null. Now you run it, you'll get an employee record. Sal is null. What happened? Department is null. Huh? We don't have sal is null. So let's check it out. Do we have an employee with null? No, null record is not there actually. So we'll try to insert null. We don't have a record with null. Yeah, let's insert this. Triple one cannot insert duplicate in triple one is already there. One second guys, let me check. Yeah, triple one Varun is already there. 114, let's give 114 for this. Okay, yeah, now you can see, yes, it is inserted. Yes, 114 last null is there. See guys, 114 Varun admin null. Varun is already there. Okay, let it be same department, same name is given. I want to change him as some other name like Dinesh I am giving. So how to change the name of Varun with Dinesh? Come on guys. Employee set ename is equal to Dinesh, where empid is equal to 114, so that his name is changed. Now I can see here Dinesh, last record, admin department, and the null, salary is null. Okay, now let's try to run the query. Salary is null, is null. Now you will get a record. If you say is equal to null, it will not display this. Let us write it as is equal to null. F5, execute. See guys, empty. It is not showing any rows. Empty table edition. But if you say is null, is space null, now you will see a record with none. See guys, you are able to see Dinesh, admin null. So in that way you can understand working with is null and is equal to null. Is equal to null is invalid actually. Is null only you need to use. So when you are comparing any null value in SQL Server, is null to be used. Okay. Yeah. Now how to use between and English, how to write between actually. Salary between 20,000 and 30,000, like that I am writing. See guys, 20,000 and 30,000. So when I give 20,000 and 30,000, including 20,000, including 30,000 guys, both will be included. So it's exactly like greater than equal to 20,000 and less than or equal to 30,000. Same way you can use between also. Between is exactly like greater than equal to 20,000 and less salary less than equal to 30,000. Whether you want to use between like English or you want to use like less than or equal to greater than equal to operators, both will generate the same output. Between operator. Now functions, these are all functions actually. I think tomorrow I'll explain you all the functions, different type of functions. There I'll explain you order by clause and everything. So up to this, I'm just giving all these queries. You need to practice. Okay. So insert more records, guys. If you insert more records now, you are able to understand better actually. If you have less records, right, you cannot see the power of select query, guys. So that is why uh, insert more records belongs to the same department and different salaries, like that if you give it, so you can understand and you can see the results very nicely. Okay. Yeah. So insert some more records here. I said one after 110 I gave 114 directly. You go with 112, 113, 114, like that. Insert some more records and okay, you do it. Yeah. So I hope you understood clearly today's session, right?